car fans, welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Revell, and this week's build I'm going to feature here is a 1970 Plymouth Hemi Cuda Coupe. Some people call them a hardtop. I think officially Plymouth called them coupes. For 1970, they had come out with a completely new body style, which this of course is, with the long hood, short deck. No longer available was the fastback. They made the Cuda name a bit more official, as the performance models were Cudas and then the regular models were Barracudas. So they were a separate option. The VIN numbers would actually signify that. Even though the Cuda name actually appeared in '69, but it was a trim package instead of the Formula S with the, you can get the 340, the 383, and the 440 and the '69 Cuda as a trim option, which had some black stripes and some scoops. And pretty cool. I have to build one of these days, but that was the first appearance of the actual Cuda name. And for 1970, the third generation, they had changed up quite a bit, and the Hemi was available for the first time as a street car in this car, of course. And that's the legend, and they bring a lot of money now because of it. Pretty rare, 652 were made, 14 of them being convertibles. The rest of them are all coupes. And this is depicting one of them. Most of them had the Argent shaker, which was a big thing in '70. Very few were available in any colors. I kind of mentioned that in my other video when I talked about the '70 Hemi Cuda convertible I built. I put the red shaker on that one, as it was pictured in the brochure, and then Chrysler Legal said, hey, you have it in the brochure, you have to offer it on the car. But most of them are Argent silver. I looked at a lot of black ones because I had seen this color combo, although I haven't found an actual Hemi car that came in this color combo. But I was just having a little bit of fun with this one. And plus, Fred Cady did offer these decals. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go for it and do it in this color. Just have a little bit of fun with it. Because I had seen a couple of them with the burnt orange interior and the orange stripes, mainly a Challenger in that color combo. I've seen some red Cudas, red stripe, red interior, black exterior paint. And I thought those were pretty cool. So I decided I was going to have a little bit of fun with this because I like this color combo. It just really stands out to me, even though there is at least one, I believe there is only one, of the 1470 Hemi Cuda convertibles. One of them is black with a blue interior, and it's kind of interesting to see it like that. Some of those odd color combos were available, how you could option them up and everything. But the Hemi engine wasn't a cheap engine option, which is one of the reasons why production was limited, being almost a $900 option, almost a third of the price of the car. When you factor in, the base price of the car and then the Hemi option / package. Producing 425 horsepower and available with the manual 4-speed or an automatic. This one's a 4-speed. So you ever built any of these, they're pretty much 4 speeds. But there's a glimpse at the interior there. And I had a lot of fun building this. And this is kind of an older build from back in 2006 is when I built this one. And I had done a number of them. But this is before Revell came out with their kit. Even though I mentioned this is a Revell Monogram, it's a Monogram kit is what it is. This actually started out as the '71 Hemi Cuda Coupe. Typically molded in purple. And many, many, many years ago, MPB Detail Products actually had a resin conversion kit to turn it in from a 71 to a 70, and it was this resin grill. And then the taillights, that was the base kit. They had an AAR Cuda kit, which had the vacuum formed hood and the spoiler and some instructions on how to do that. And I bought that as well and built that. And I picked up a few of these MPB Detail products because the 70 Cuda was one of my favorites. I just think it just looks a lot cleaner. And as you saw me build another Hemi Cuda convertible 70 on my channel recently, I just really enjoy them. They're just sleek, nice looking cars. And I've come to appreciate the 71 a little bit more because it's a bit more out there and a bit more aggressive and just a really good looking car. But it's just very unique. and out there. And then, you know, when 72s came out, they went back to a single headlight setup with the bigger bulb, 7-inch bulbs instead of the 5-inch that the 71s use. When it came to doing this, one of the things I had to do was I had scratch built that front valance, and I had made molds and done a couple of those, because that's one thing that the kit didn't give you, was a proper 70 front valance. It kind of meant to reuse a 71. And then another thing I did is I did these rocker moldings, and I didn't do a very good job on these, but it is what it is, and it goes back. It's kind of a resin cast, but what I had done here is I took a louvered hood from a street rod, and I cast a hood, and I, you know, filled the resin in very thinly and cut into sections, so you can actually see there's multiple sections here to make the gill molding rockers for the 70. And not bad, you know, for, you know, one of my first tries and trying to make it more accurate than it really is. But now the Revell model kit actually comes with it, although this one being 1/24 scale, that one doesn't quite fit. It's a little too short, so if you get 2 sets of them, you can lengthen them and make them longer, which, you know, they're in the AAR Cuda kit, and you don't need them for the AAR Cuda. And then you can kind of see where I filled in the vents. Not the greatest job, as the putty had shrunk a little bit, you know, from then. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to rebuild this one or redo this one, but, you know, I do have another 70. I got a conversion kit. I can build another one from that, or, you know, do the Revell kit, or even the MPC 70, which I have one of those as a rebuilder as well, because I just really, you know, like these E-body Cudas, and got a ton of them, really. As you see, this is what, my third 70 Hemi Cuda. You know, I have 2 convertibles I had shown. This one's the Coupe, and then, you know, 4 AAR Cudas that I've shown on the channel and featured some of those, and then you know, a few 71s. So, you know, one of my favorites, definitely one of the top Mopars that I really enjoy. But this one, it was a pretty easy conversion and really easy to build. And don't really have a clear coat on this one. It's not the automotive clear that I use. I believe it is cleared. Couldn't tell you what I used for paint or clear from back then. And you know, bare metal foil and everything. And the rest of it's pretty much right out of the kit. I mean, there's the you know, Hemi, the manual tranny, the underside here. This is all right as Revell built it. Even includes the 8 3/4 rear end, which is not correct for this car. It should have a Dana 60 behind the 4-speed, but I'd never corrected that or fixed that. And then under the hood, of course, you've got the Hemi right there. And the shaker does come off, of course. And I wired this one. Not my greatest job, but you know, in a super glossy battery, which shouldn't be. There's the gold carburetors and everything. You know, it's a simple kit. I really enjoy these kits, and they're simple and easy to build. Let's put the shaker back on with the Hemi Cuda and get the hood back in place. And then sanded off the Plymouth lettering that goes right here. My nice thumbprint, greasy fingerprints. And then the burnt orange interior, as you can see, with the 4-speed pistol grip shifter that I have facing the wrong direction. I have to reach in there and fix that. Never noticed that before. But flaws are allowed. I don't stress perfection. Just try and make it, you know, as good as I can and enjoy it as much as I can. And some of these like that, I'll find errors like that. And now that I know it's in there, it's going to bug me, and I'll probably pop it out and fix it. Especially if I can reach through the window here and get to it without pulling the body off of the chassis. Because I'm sure I'm going to do that. If I had noticed before I made this video, I would have probably did that ahead of time. You know, cleaning it off and getting all the dust off of it and getting it prepared for you guys. But there she is. Sorry, you know, it makes me laugh. I look at this stuff and you know, reminisce on the builds and how much fun it was and what I went through and some of the challenges I had, and then to see an obvious error like that, all I can do is really laugh about it. Nothing to get, mad or upset. It's just, all part of it. And then the other things to do is, like, I pointed out the wave in it, but I can hide that by not putting the light reflection right over that area. Just kind of make sure I position it here in such a manner that you can't see that. It's all part of tricks of filming in the camera and showing some of that stuff. But anyway, that's enough rambling on about it. But I was figuring I would show this one to you, something a little different, a little crazy, and then the Mopars do really well, and of course they're some of my favorites there, so I gotta show it off. 5 minutes later, there's the shifter, pointed in the right direction. Just flipped it around, popped it out, flipped it around. Pretty easy to do, hard to reach in there, but tweezers. But there we go. So now the big question is, do I redo the whole video and not mention it, or do I just leave it as is, this little end here, and just finish it up that way? So just a little humor for you. Just leave it in there, and hope you guys enjoy it. So thank you for tuning in and subscribing and all your comments. I really appreciate it. And you guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next Saturday.